For those who are new to this channel or are watching any of my videos for the first time, I run a coaching and consulting business here in Vietnam, where I've been living for almost 2 years now. I like to describe myself as a trusted learning and talent partner to organizations in Vietnam and Asia. But I also wear other hats here in Vietnam. I'm a traveler, a digital nomad, and also an almost rock star. More on that later. Through this channel, I hope to be able to share slices from my life here in Vietnam and Asia. So I thought it would be good to share with you how I typically begin my week on a Sunday morning. To be honest, it's not really a Sunday morning, but it's a late Sunday morning, almost the afternoon here in Ho Chi Minh City. What you see behind me is the Crescent Mall in Phú Mỹ Hưng of District 7, which is a major financial and residential sort of location here in Vietnam. It's also close to my home because I also live in District 7. What we will do is walk towards the Starlight Bridge, a place that I often come to. So let's take it from here. So as you can see, there's a beautiful lake. The backdrop to this lake on one side is the Crescent Mall, which you can see. It's a pretty popular mall. We are right in the heart of Phú Mỹ Hưng in District 7, which is a pretty cool residential and commercial place, commercial district here in Vietnam, in Saigon actually. It's also one of the most planned sort of townships here, and it's got a substantial number of Korean expats. I'll probably talk about the Koreatown side to Phú Mỹ Hưng at some point in one of my future videos, but let's try and walk along. So the name of the game is to get to this bridge called the Starlight Bridge. It's got a lot of these international restaurants and brands out here, but that's not why I'm here. What we're really doing is walking along this path by this lake, and what we want to do is to get right across to the other side, which you can see. It's called the Starlight Bridge. There's also a lot of stuff that you will see that's coming up. There's some structures, there's some decoration. It's because here in Vietnam and pretty much large parts of Asia, we have the Lunar New Year coming up. There's some more festive stuff, and this is all related to the Lunar New Year, which is, I think, around the first week of February of 2021 this year. So it's gonna look pretty cool because I was here last year just before a trip to Germany, and I remember watching this amazing, this beautiful flower show right alongside this. But the bigger one, of course, is the one in District 1 at a place called Wen Hue Street. We seem to be getting closer to the bridge. So once again, this is called the Starlight Bridge, and if I can boast a bit about my Vietnamese language skills, I think the way to say this in Vietnamese is Cầu Ánh Sao. I'm still learning Vietnamese and I'm trying to sort of up myself there. So to my Vietnamese friends, I hope you'll forgive me if I don't get the tone right. but I pretty much think it's called Cầu Ánh Sao, or the Starlight Bridge. So one of the amazing things about the Starlight Bridge is the spectacular sort of lights. It's an amazing sight to watch. It might not look like much right now, but we will watch this later in the video and about how this bridge really comes alive in the night. So I'm just about to get onto the bridge. Remember, this is a pedestrian bridge. It's not there's no traffic here, it's just people. And well, let's just get on top of this. What if I told you that walking on this bridge feels like you are standing on top of the Milky Way or just about any other galaxy? Sounds weird? So, as you can probably see, there's a park right on the other side, and that's where I usually come for my evening runs or walks, or if I get time, I try and sort of grab a coffee somewhere alongside the lake and then get here to just hang out for a while. Speaking of dogs, one of the reasons why I also come here is because I'm a huge dog lover and I just love to watch, well, there's no dog show, but there's a lot of dogs that hang around here, and there's people who get their dogs for a walk. And that's also one of the reasons why I come here to this park, to enjoy some fresh air and some greenery and some trees. No sounds of traffic, but also lots of dogs. So that brings me towards the end of this clip. I hope you enjoyed this short video, which represents a slice of life for me as a coach, as a digital nomad, as a traveler, almost rock star here in Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon or Vietnam in general. And I just thought it's good to show you slices from my life from time to time through this channel. I also hope that this possibly gave you a different perspective on Saigon, because yes, there's one part of Saigon which is traffic, crowds, crowded streets, and a whole bunch of noise, and there's a method to the madness there. But there's also this other side of Saigon which helps me to find solitude, and I can assure you this is not the only kind park of its kind in Saigon or in Vietnam. There's probably many bigger parks than this. But I like to enjoy and get a jump start to my day to my Sunday, especially when I come to this park, especially on Sunday mornings, or on weekdays I try and catch an evening walk or a run along this park. And yes, every time I come here I need to cross that Starlight Bridge, the one that I mentioned to you earlier. So Vietnam's been home for almost 2 years now, as you would have heard me say a couple of times in this and the previous video. One of the things that really fascinates me about Vietnam is that it's a place where I like to think that I've been able to establish really warm connections, friendships, and networks. And the paradox is that this is a country where most people do not speak English as their first language, or may not be comfortable or familiar with speaking English. But what amazes me is the fact that it still doesn't stop people from forming connections or from having great experiences. I can tell you that every time I walk into a coffee shop or a restaurant in Vietnam, yes, I sometimes struggle with being able to say the right name of the dish or the coffee. Of course, it helps when I point at the menu or a sign in the restaurant. But what's really amazing is the fact that that person who's serving me, the barista or the owner of that restaurant or that coffee shop, usually makes an extra effort to connect with me, to try and help me out, and that's what really helps. What's the message here? The message here is that for those especially watching this video for whom English is probably not your first language, or you struggle with communication, I can tell you from experience and from just watching human behaviors that don't worry so much about communication skills and language skills. I'm not saying that's not important. There's always plenty of time to build that up. But it's always important to focus on the starting point of establishing friendships, warm connections, and powerful networks. And that begins with having the right intent and demonstrating that. It can be as simple as smiling at this person that you are meeting across the street, or serving or servicing in some form, maybe as your customer. It's about demonstrating that warmth and that genuine intent to help, even if you struggle with the language. Because guess what? If you get this part right, the rest of what you need to do is going to be way easier than you think. And that's the message that I wanted to leave you with as I close, as I come to the end of this video. if you like this video, if you like what I'm trying to do, I'd like you to try and subscribe to this channel and look out for more videos. You can check out my previous video where I talk about a bit about what I do in Vietnam. But this channel is not just about my professional work, it's also about these other slices from my life. And I hope that you enjoy the videos that you will watch in the future as well. And I hope to do this as regularly as I can. So this is Coach Manish signing off. Stay safe and stay cool. See you soon.